Hey, greetings everyone. It is GleeCon, and I'm back again, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On the last episode, we continued to read War of the Scaleborn, and we had a really long chapter, and it was pretty much the beginning of the climax, and I had always sort of envisioned them stretching the climax of the book out over a couple chapters, and we essentially had the grand epic scale battle, where most of the remaining forces of the Primalists fought off against all 5 aspects and all 5 flights at the same time. And now they will be changing to the next phase where they try to actually penetrate Harrow's Deep and get to Iridikron himself, because you know at some point, to set up Dragonflight, they have to have captured all 4. We've also been playing through World of Warcraft Classic with Maleficent here, our gnomish frost mage, and she is going to probably be finishing off the wetlands today. So stay a while and listen. Last time we did some random things. We took the banners. Oh, she is like 1 kill away from leveling up. Look at that. But we did the Dragon Maw Orcs. We've been kind of bringing the fight to them a little bit. And then we also fought some ghosts. We got some crocs up here too, but we have basically the secondary, these little, I'll help this person out because it can be, that quest can be a little tough. Oh, they're resisting. They're resisting all my magic. Oh, because they're 34, that's why. I can't even hit them. So she'll have to help herself. I got nothing for her. I could give her a little intelligence buff at least. Help her get going. We did that one, I believe, with Erator. Maybe Callie too, I don't quite remember. Alright, so we're wrapping up the zone basically. We're going to do the second half of the Dragon Maw Orcs, where we're going to destroy the catapults, and I'm thinking that's going to phase into killing their leader, Nekrosh, who's the son of Nekros, the guy that is the original person that managed to capture Alexstrasza. So we got some kind of infamous royalty here. And then we also have the Intrepid Strongbox Key, so it's supposedly there's an item that has led to these ships being cursed, because the other thing we did was kill those ghosts. So we're hopefully going to be, from a lore perspective, ending the haunting, and from a lore perspective, really breaking the Dragon Maw movement. Before that, this is just a breadcrumb. We actually already have done all the Dune Motor quests, but I think this breadcrumb will just take us there. Maybe it'll open up one that we'll have to recruit for, and then there's a couple interesting little side quests. It's the kind of quest that without Questy, I'd never find, and I just don't know how. Just don't understand how people find this kind of stuff. But I'm glad that they did, and I'm glad Questy exists. I could see how you could find Makriel's Moonshine. But Sully's letter, I don't know. And you'll see when we get there. So I think we're going to be able to do all of that today. And wrap up this zone. Which means in a couple days, we'll be starting our playthrough rounds of the dungeons. So we have in total, we have 8. Well, really, we have a total of 3 dungeons that we're going to do for both factions. Although the Scarlet Monastery is, we're going to treat it like 2 dungeons, because we're going to treat it like Graveyard separately from Library. But every time I run those, it will basically be 1 dungeon run for me. Because even Graveyard and Library together is still shorter than Gnomeregan or Razorfen Downs, which is the other dungeon that we're going to do. Alright, so it's this second ship. Was that a third ship? No, that's the second one, which we've been in there. I died because of drowning. Which, I'm an idiot. I just ignored the breath bar and allowed myself to die of drowning. I don't remember where the captain is, but he's probably underwater. Oh, there's the captain. He's up on deck. So we got to kind of fight our way onto the ship here. Although I'm going to level up the second that I kill one thing. So we also will maybe have to do that where we get some of our level up. Now she's got to go to Darnassus. There you go, she leveled up. What kind of talent should she be after? She can do this. I mean, Ice Block's interesting. I don't need improved Cone of Cold. Let's kind of look at her talents while I'm here. Classic. Now, she's a Power Frost Mage. There are two real Frost Mage specs. Power Frost is actually the better of them. Oh, she's done. I forgot. She's done with all her Frost magic. I said that last time. But she's not focusing on the chill aspect, which is what that's actually easier for soloing, but it's okay. We also want to make her be able to raid at the end since she's our girl. And then these are so you have the casting and resistances. We get a little bit of reach, AoE, and mana cost. So now we're going to start switching to the arcane power side of things. So we have these two things at the top, our choice. So dealer's choice. I can go with reducing the resistance to my spells and reduces the threat by my arcane, or resist the chance that I can resist now. That's only going to affect my arcane explosion and my polymorph, so I really don't care about that. So we'll give the 2 points of arcane subtlety. Obviously we don't care about arcane missiles. So she's going to reduce the resistance to all my spells, primarily frost, and the threat caused by my arcane, which I don't care about. So not really a super impactful level. It's really, what we're really doing is trying to open up the next tier. So finding the thing that can give us any kind of benefit. Now we got that curse on us again, so that we can hit that next tier. Forgot. Oh, it must be like a perfectly lined up down there. Let me give myself some food and drink as well. And a mana agate. So that's cool, but she will have some level 30 powers. I'm sure they'll be interesting, but also at level 30 you can get your teleport to Darnassus, but you have to go to Darnassus to learn it. So we'll have to do a Darnassus trip. I don't know that she's been there. I don't mind just fighting this green guy. But she hit 30, that was the goal if you remember. So now I have no characters. So from a leveling perspective, we're halfway through the game. I have no characters that are not at least level 30. Okay, let's see if we can pull this guy. Let me drink some water first, because if I pull more than one, I'm going to need to get creative here. Now, after we get his key, I believe we need to do something with the key. Let's look at the quest while we're reading here. It says it's in the ship's strong box. So get the key and then use it to open the strong box within, I'm guessing, within the depths. Then we have to bring it and cleanse it. So will there be some sort of poltergeisty kind of thing? Possibly. So the good thing about the build that we're doing with her is it's all focused on damage. So she will be able to be effective forever. The downside is it's not as friendly for leveling. So there's that. He's casting that curse on me, so I don't care. When it's just one like this, it'll be okay. My mana is actually doing fine. Yeah, we'll hit with a 1 here. Alright, so before we hit the captain up, got this marine too. Yeah, let's try it out. I think he'll pull without aggroing the captain, but we'll find out. If not, okay, good. So if not, okay, so we need to kind of, I'm also trying to keep this going at a good clip because these guys respawn kind of fast and we don't want that happening. Alright, so we got that guy. Step up on board here, eat and drink, and then we should be able to take out old Captain Halmador, who is a level 30. But honestly, fighting him and beating him will be less of a challenge than probably fighting our way through the mobs underwater to get the actual strongbox. That gives me more concern. Yeah, so this is kind of neat that she's going to be going heavily. Now, the other thing is, if you go Winter's Chill, which is what my other guy is, you have to devote so much energy to the Frost Tree that you get a lot less arcane power. Oh, it reflects that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So, I don't know that I fought this guy with a caster before, that he gets this reflection going on like that. Interesting. Jeez, he's a jerk. At least it doesn't reflect the wand. What a jerk that guy was. Okay, so we got the key, the Intrepid Strongbox key. Let's eat some more of this delicious rye. And... oh, it's a turn-in at the bottom. So, again, this is kind of neat in the sense that we've got... oh, look, something opened up also. James Hygel. A quest called James Hygel, which would probably be a breadcrumb over to another... to the other, whatever, Theramore. Alright, so we gotta find... it says it's on the other side of the boat. So I need to find a window, break in, and then I also... so I think I could break in that window right there. Let's maybe pull this guy. And then hopefully he'll swim out to us and not bring any friends. I don't know why he swam from the top. You know what would be messed up if they made it to where when you hit, it also reduced your breath bar. It would make sense. And like when you got hit. Okay. So let's breathe. Got one marine. There might have been, I saw a second one right there. But. Okay, so we got a soldier right there. I mean a sailor, whatever. Time to join us, mage. Time to join us. Ghosts. Actually, they're not pirates. Well, that one guy... no, these aren't pirates. So, the last episode, I apologize. In our last issue, we need to edit because I called them ghost pirates, but these are not pirate... oh, this is not the hold. This is like the mid-deck of the ship. So, we've got to go deeper. I think. So let me get some more breath and then see. Well, I don't know where it's at. Can we get further? Because it's saying it's like right here, but it's not. Oh, bro. This is annoying. I wish there was a way for mages to breathe underwater. All these other magic. Oh man. Why did he instantly break? And they turned me into the stupid thing. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna try and make this work. The problem is that I'm gonna need to find a spot to eat after this, because I'm gonna be low on life and low on mana. Because I had to draw both dudes at once. And they don't run, because the ghosts ain't afraid to know me. Alright, maybe if I can get up on this little, like, piece of wood. Yeah, I can eat there. And I like that I'm, like, in ghost form, but I'm still hungry. Well, my goal really is to finish this zone, but, this one's this, I knew this was going to be all. It's the lowest level one we had, but I also, well, not that breadcrumbs lower, but I also felt like some of these things are complex as we wrap up the zone here. Okay, so let's try to find our way back into the hold. I like how when I become a ghost, my shoes deteriorate. You can see my bony toes. Alright, so that little art, like, sea whatever creature, like mini jellyfish or just bubble or whatever it was. Oh, I think there's a air hole up there to the top, so. Alright, now we've got to find this. Got another marine. Where in the heck? Okay, there's this, so here's another window. That's what I'm trying to figure out is, where is it? Okay, got my breath back. It's got to be like in a hold, because I'm not. So I got to find a way down deeper. Where would the stairs be that we just even lower? I don't see any. Okay, what am I missing, guys? Just seeing, just in case it's around here. It's not. All right, so that means I really am going to have to maybe look at... Does that go deeper right there? Let me pull this guy out. I'm going to kill him. Oh, come on. Okay, let me get some air first then. I mean, I could... I don't know. I could go up right there, but it looks like it's down. I don't see underwater, like, I don't... Oh, there is a busted hole down there. Look, it's under the boat. You rotten... The chest is securely locked. The key is rusted, but it fits the lock neatly. Opening the chest reveals a blackened orb pulsing with an eerie light. It is the treasure of which Fitzsimmons spoke, a cursed eye of Paleth. Take the cursed eye of Paleth to the dwarven priest Glorin Steelbrow in Menethil Harbor. Ask him how to remove the eye's curse. Okay. Will do. See some murlocs there. Alright, so we're gonna make our way back. And while we're there, let's also pick up this James Hygel quest. This is what I did before. I wasn't looking at like the pitch and yaw of my camera and allowed myself, even though I was on the surface, to technically be drowning. Alright, so it's called James Hygel. Spelled that wrong. Okay, I've looked this up before. He sends us to Dustwallow Marsh. It's a long story. So, yeah, it says it starts here, but I guess we're basically skipping that step, and it will open you up. But I do think it's just a breadcrumb, because it doesn't really talk about the next quest. It says, well, then it goes into, they call him Smiling Jim, which, yeah. Gotcha. So it's just a bunch of different ways to get you to start this quest line, basically. So you can start with James Hygel in Stormwind. You can start with James Hygel here. And then it's the little suspicious hoofprints, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it is just opening a chain. So actually, I don't know that I'm going to pick that up, because I might want to start that quest chain from Stormwind so that we're not technically missing even the breadcrumb that sends us here, since it's really a Dustwallow Marsh questline. So we'll ignore it, because I want to be able to do that storyline all in one shot. Okay, I remember doing that one. I think that's actually one that exists still in some form when they redo Cataclysm. You remember it's any of you guys that are lore masters like myself that have done most of the quests. It's out here, and I think it's like a guy right at the border of the Barrens, and there's like this inn or home or something that's been burned down and destroyed, and it's like a detective case. So I talked about this I think I talked about this on the last episode, where it's just so obvious some of the kind of structure differences that different zones take, and you can really see the writers and how they kind of put their stamp on the game. I like the way that they did Wetlands. Whoever did this one, they did a good job. All right, let's sell some of this crap. I'm on the fence about increase. Oh, you can actually carry that. -3 to stamina, but it makes your shadow spells do more damage.
Farewell.
It's kind of, I guess stamina is really important for Warlock, so it kind of goes against. But we are uncursing it, so maybe it will be better. Go ahead and throw this back on my phone. All right, homeboy.
Hi.
That drug Fitzsimmons sent you to me. Well, you can tell him I don't have any extra ale. He's going to have to panhandle someone else.
An Eye of Paleth. Amazing. There's something wrong with this one. You found it on one of those shipwrecks? Well, that explains it. But I didn't know they had such an eye on the Third Fleet. It's no wonder Fitzsimmons was so spooked. A cursed Eye of Paleth is no cause for mirth. I can't lift the curse from the Eye of Paleth.
Healing.
Eyes were crafted by human priests, so you'll have to go to Stormwind to find someone who can help you. Speak with Archbishop Benedictus. He is head of the Cathedral of Light in Stormwind. He can help. I hope for your sake.
Okay, so we will accept it. And actually, I'm going to take this opportunity. We're going to get things started here. So what we're going to do is Hearth. No, not Hearth, my bad. We are going to cast my teleport to Stormwind. I really want to be able to go there to Darnassus. How can we get there? She's never been. I don't believe that the portal trainer... Oh, look, she's got a new quest called Journey to the Marsh.
Greetings, mage. Shall I provide you with further insight into the world of magic?
Sure.
Now it is time for you to earn your mage's wand.
Okay.
To begin this quest, speak with the human hermit Tabitha in Dustwallow Marsh. You will find her shack deep in the marsh, west of Theramore. Speak with her, for her knowledge is vast. You will find Tabitha's cottage west of Theramore, and just north of the Stone Mall ruins.
So we're going to sit tight on that one for a while, even though we just opened it. It depends on my character type. Sometimes I'd be like, yeah, I'm staying. But
Greetings. As a mage, you are one of
see,
the select
she
group
won't.
that can conjure a
I
portal
know.
to transport you.
I kind of want to see if someone will donate a portal to me.
Greetings, mage.
Let's learn
Shall
my
I
new
provide
moves.
you
So
with further insight into the world of
rank
magic?
rank 2 of Amplify Magic we can pick up. So it increases the damage or healing by 30. So doubles that.
See you
That
around.
would the only time I can see you using that is if you're in a heavy physical situation and you want to help your healers out.
Greetings, mage. Shall I provide you with
Which is a
further
realistic
insight
scenario.
into the
Now,
world of magic?
97 to 105. So it's about a 50% increase in damage for my arcane
Safe
explosion.
travels.
I'll take that. Okay.
Greetings, mage. Shall I provide
and
you with
the next
further
rank of
insight
Conjure
into the
Water.
world of magic?
So I'm getting some spring water now instead of purified water. Okay, so let's
Farewell.
replace. Now it's just called Conjure Water instead of Conjured Fresh Water or whatever. Conjure Purified Water. Now it's just Conjure Water. It gives me just 2 bottles of spring water, so that's a little annoying, but that's okay. Love it.
Greetings, mage. Shall I provide you with further insight into the world of
And
magic?
I didn't learn Pyroblast because I'm not a fire, but we'll go to the fire. Pick this up. We can upgrade Fire Blast 168 to 202. So like a 40% increase in damage on Fire Blast. And I do like to blend that one in as needed. So no complaints there. I'm actually going to toss the spring water. Let's try to sell some of this stuff too while I'm here. Where's my spring water? Yeah, let's toss it and then make the new conjured water. See how that goes. Only 2 bottles. That's painful. 1300 mana though. It's pretty good. It's still not even barely more than half what I have.
Greetings, mage. Shall I provide you with further
Okay,
insight into the world of magic?
on Fire Ward, I already have that too. So this new one will absorb 290 fire damage. So
Have a good one.
a 50% increase in defense.
Greetings, mage. Shall I provide you with further insight into
come
the
on.
world of
I need
magic?
further insight. Fireball goes to 199 to 265 with a 208. With a 28, I mean. That's not that much. That's like a 35% increase.
Safe travels.
So not as much of an increase on the overall fireball, but considering that's like
Greetings,
such an
mage.
important
Shall
staple
I
of
provide you
fire
with further insight
mage's
into the world of
rotation.
magic?
Alright, so fire's all caught up. And then frost, I don't get my main thing. I just gain ice armor, which that's good. I use that all the time. It's frost resistance by 6, armor by 290. So that's good, almost to 50%. And there was no frost resistance before, but now there is. And the movement and time between attacks, that's the same. That doesn't change. And that doesn't, yeah, so there's nothing there. So
Be careful.
it is defense, so all it does is kind of upgrade. Oh, that's ice armor, I see. So it's kind of like with the demon. So we changed from frost armor to ice armor. Okay. So our moves are learned. We still have plenty of she's got some tin, I guess. She's still got plenty of gold, and she's doing fine. I guess we'll go pop over. Here's the James Hydril quest we can pick up down here. Let's do that. Pick it up while we're in here, and then I'm going to see if I can get a port to Darnassus, so that I can then buy the teleport to Darnassus myself. We could use a couple of reagents. Where is this person? Oh, James Hydril, here we go.
Before working here at the Blue Recluse, I was trained by one of the best chefs and innkeepers I'd ever met. His name was James Hyle. Everything I have and everywhere I've gotten in life is thanks to him. I wonder how he's doing. His brother Vincent and he went to work in a tavern in Menethil Harbor, but I haven't heard from him recently. If you ever happen to be headed in that direction, maybe you could say hello to him for me. See you
Okay.
later.
Alright, so sure, will do, buddy. So that's the first official quest for it. Not gonna worry about messing around with the cooking stuff because I'm tapped out until I go to Ashenvale. I think we're good in here. Oh, I did kind of sort of want to go, and she doesn't have a lot to do. It's not going to take a long time, but we should go over and mess with our engineering for a second. How's her first aid? I mean, she could probably, same kind of deal, tap it out, but I'll save that till after we mess with the engineering. I really don't think she's got a lot. So I learned a new water, but I did not learn a new food. So they're like, you don't need anything. But yeah, even with all my moves and without the portal being learned, I still have 4 gold, so that's pretty good. She's doing pretty nice. Which is still not as much gold as I have on my level 21 mage that I'm doing off camera. Now, she does need to sell some of this crap. I guess I should just get rid of that icicle rod. I forgot I was going to test it. We can still test it out. So this is kind of slowing us down some, but since we have this quest, we got to turn this one in over here. So before we go, the missing diplomat, we already did that on other characters, so we don't need to mess with that. I just can't wait, guys, until I do that. All these floating exclamation marks that really mess with my OCD and how I prefer to play this game. So I just can't wait until we go to Burning Crusade. Now, what I think I'm going to do when I do that is I'm going to I'm probably going to make... I'm on the fence, sort of. if I could make a Draenei and a Blood Elf, because that will be a new experience for us. So I do like that idea. It is going to make it a little tough because we're going to technically be trapped over in their starting zones, which will throw the order somewhat. And it's okay. It's not the end of the world. I do worry that there might be a few quest changes, but I should be able to get to addressing that on my own before I get to you know, anything we're doing. Yeah, so I'll have a pinch of bronze here, but I already have a bunch, so I really don't know what it is. Maybe I was broke. I don't know why I didn't work more with this bronze. We need 2 points on mining. So we'll get that from mining tin in the wild, or if I can somehow find silver, mining it and smelting it. Because I think it's 125 will get us to iron. Oh, good old smelting. And I am curious to see when things change. I'm just so bummed also that they've robbed us of our ability to experience the Burning Crusade Classic. Flying Tiger Goggles. Do I already have that? 4/4? Yeah, that's what I'm wearing. Okay, so I guess these target dummies are like the bee's knees for hardcore. Not a lot I can do with that because I don't have all these. Now, if I had... See, that heavy blasting powder, that comes from rocks. Iron. The bronze bomb, this I would need silver. Seaphorium charge, I need leather. Heavy dynamite, I need the heavy blasting powder. So this is what I'm working on. Medium leather, no. So this is where I can get my stuff from. Whirring bronze gizmos, which I can at least make a few, I guess. Alright, that's what it's going to be. Make a few of these. And hopefully I can get up to 150. That's all. I just want to get to 150 and see what I can get from there. There we go. Okay, so we're at 150. And then I think that's what got us last time is I burnt up my wool. Should have not cared about that. I think the engineering... Yeah, he's up here. So let's see what we can get now added
you're
on.
just zooming right along.
Dynamic fishing attractor. Explosive sheep, sure love it.
You can find spring spindle in Ironforge.
Gold power core and green tinted goggles. Stamina and spirit. 35 armor, 8 stamina, 7 spirit. Yeah, so it's just a straight up upgrade. So we would need 2 moss agate gates and medium leather. Maybe we should look at the auction house for that because that'll be fun. Other than that, this requires night crawlers. I think you can buy those from fishing. So that would be cool. That could really help us. Explosive sheep requires the big bronze framework. Alright, and then we can actually make a gold power core. Cool. Oh, I need to go back to the anvil.
Off and away.
And we also can't learn anything more from here. So from now on, we need to be in Ironforge to learn new moves. So whatever is what it is. But yeah, I like that we can turn the gold power core into this. It looks like we can still continue to make these gizmos, but I really need these. So I guess I need the leather. Kind of annoying. Yeah. Okay, so... I could continue to make some whirring bronze gizmos. If you look at this guide, if you look at the classic engineering guide, I know this is not as fun to look at this stuff, but, you know, it's part of the game, so... It does say, because we're right around 150 here, it says we want a total of 15 whirring bronze gizmos. Well, we're already there. So what we need is the rest is to get that heavy blasting powder. So we need to be able to find iron. And then you need those, and we need the bronze frameworks are really what we need. So we need to be able to make the heavy blasting powder. But we also need the bronze frameworks. So we need the medium leather. So yeah, so let's go. I guess we'll hold off until we get to Iron Forge on some of that. But let's go. Oops, let's go over and how's my fishing? I think is not very high right now. It says it wasn't even. I've got to do that. There's got to be an off-camera time, I guess, where I work on Maleficent's fishing since she is one of my chosen champions, one of my 4. I've got to stay on top of her fishing, her cooking. Everything else is good. Her cooking is great. Her first aid, not so... It's still pretty dang good. Her engineering is fine, and that's the sort of the meta... the meta preferred profession. Eretor has blacksmithing, which is just painful to level up. There are really tough blacksmithing quests and stuff like that, so he'll do some of that, but that's tough. That's the other reason why it's good that we're doing all these jobs, because there really are profession-specific jobs. I haven't made the spreadsheets on those yet, but I know just from having done it, I'm wrapping up spreadsheets on class-specific jobs, and I do those kind of in the interim while I'm messing around, like if I have a flight path or something when I'm making my other spreadsheet characters. I'm like 75%, 80% done.
You are welcome here.
What is that orb you have? It looks soiled.
An eye of palate, but this one has seen much sorrow, ... It must have been witness to a terrible, terrible tragedy. Let me cleanse it, for the eyes were created to shine bright, and their powers can be quite dangerous if tainted like this one.
Well, we don't want that. So that's good. At least we got a hunk of XP. But that's about all. So now what I need to do is see if anyone can give me... Alright, so I'm gonna now see if anyone can send me... I put Darnath Sun. But we'll see. I'll go over by the Banky Poo. We have... I'll put it in trade also. So, I did check. The Darnassus is 30. Yeah, it's 40 to get Portal for these other two. And then, yeah, once I can get there once, she'll never have to do it again because I can buy... So we'll put it in trade too. I mean, they have me doubting myself, so I'll double check. Gotta keep popping back over in case someone whispers me. Let's see what we got. So that's a different. That's Burning Crusade Classic, I think. How old is this? That's 2023. All right, so I'm pretty sure I have looked this up already. This is, yeah, see, that's retail. Dagnabbit, I want classic. Okay. So, so they're asking. They were just saying, "What would you do?" All right. Yes, it keeps taking me to this. Not. Still need that darn port. You still need that darn port?
Yes, I need that darn port.
Well, I'm not 60. I mean, they didn't ask for a tip. So if they follow me in, I can give them a tip. But look, we got a little girl named Girl Gnomes. So it says Thriana said that she needed a cascade of roses. Okay, so what we need now is a portal trainer. Gotta find where that is. So alright. So I'll leave the party if they don't leave it first. Alright, so I need to find a portal trainer.
Of all the wondrous places within Darnassus, which would you have?
Because they don't normally use.
Here in Darnassus, you will find skilled trainers who have perfected the skills of their chosen class through ages of
there she
training
is.
and dedication.
Okay.
I will
Cool if they
guide
had-
you to one who can become your mentor.
As a mage, you are one of a select group that can conjure a
Yay,
portal to
80
transport you
silver.
back to this very place.
Okay.
I can teach you if you are ready.
Awesome. So we'll pick up the flight path. Well, oh, there is no flight path here. It's technically down in Rutherford Village. So I'm not going to worry about it. Because I could always portal back here if I really needed to. You know what? I should buy a couple more of these runes of teleportation. That's 20 more silver. So I just ultimately spent a gold on that. Do I want to do my coarse powder? I don't really care that much. I did want to go to Ironforge to see if I could afford to do these other things. We do have that mana agate. Alright, so let's do that. We'll buy one more rune of teleportation.
Be careful.
And then we're going to teleport to Ironforge now. Let's go ahead and put this general spell on. So now we have that also. So this has kind of been a little silly side trip that's taken up a chunk of our episode. And you know what? It's going to make it because of all this. It's going to make it that... What's this? Think Master Over Spark. I guess it's a Nomergon prequest. Oh yeah, we're saving that. It's going to make it to where this is now going to stretch us into a second episode because we have so much that we need to do. But we had to pick these spells up. The Heil really did it for us. But what we really want is to go over to the Gnomish sector. Oh, you know, actually, we need to look at the auction house too. So, because I want to upgrade my goggles, get the green ones. So I need medium leather, 4 of it. I need 2 moss agates. Let's look at the bank. I doubt I have any. I wish I could use these mana agates. That'd be cool. So we need all that. Moss agates can be expensive. So we're going to see. Remember, we're working with 2.5 gold. I need as much leather, medium leather, as I can get. Because when we looked at that engineering guide... There we go. It said we needed 15, so that's 15 medium leather. So I could really stand to use about a 20 stack of medium leather, and I need 2 moss agates. So that's where I'm at. Here's the auction house. I doubt I have any in my bank, and even if I did, I doubt it because I would have used it up.
What's on your mind?
Yeah. Oh, I have one. Look at me. Okay, so she did have a moss agate. Let's put some... No, and I could sell that too. Okay, so I really just need one moss agate. Let's go to the auction house. Let's see if we can buy one moss agate and a 20 stack of leather. It's cool, they have a... Oh, it's a big bat. I thought it was like a wyvern. Alright, so first we'll look at the moss agate prices. 30 silver for one. Okay, I will buy that out. But that's it, I'm just buying the one. And then what we need is medium leather. I want to see how much 20 stack costs. Oh, it's pretty cheap. One at a time? Nobody sells 20 stacks of it? There we go. Okay, so I can buy a 20 stack for 15. Oh, but you can't buy it out. Okay, so 36 silver for a 20 stack. I'll take it. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. So I ended up spending a little bit more than half a gold. So I still have about 2 gold left. And I'm going to be able to dink around with some stuff now over by the engineering. And I'll be able to buy myself a new... I'll be able to build myself a new hat or goggles or whatever you want to call it. So that's cool. So we're gonna... I like the way she looks in her goggles. I think it's pretty neat. She currently has those flying tiger goggles, and now we're gonna move on to the green goggles, which won't match her outfit as good. Oh, she's just such a cutie. I just love Millie. Female gnomes they have a special place in my heart. They're some of the coolest looking characters. I'm also very partial to night elves, particularly female night elves, but that comes from the World of Warcraft board game, which again, if you can find a good condition copy, it's gonna set you back. I'm assuming most likely at least like $300, at least, because it's rarer and rarer. Like I do have a copy myself, but it is not in good condition. It's in terrible because I played it with my family. We played the heck out of it. We wore it out, and then when my son was like 7, 8 years old, he just wanted to play it so much on his own, and I couldn't say no. And so he's bent the box and lost some of the guys and stuff. Oh, no. Don't tell me that. We're saving that for the next episode.
It is my job to ensure that the power of invention continues.
There's a little forge, but we want a little anvil.
Than anywhere else. Also, if you happen to know,
see, these are the engineering people.
We just so happen to be in the market for one right about now.
But I need a...
Don't tell anyone else I said this, but even I don't know everything. If you want to keep learning...
Oh, we can learn expert. Okay, so we learned expert. That's good.
Excellent. You have proven yourself
we need a little anvil.
Now for the next phase of your instruction.
Why would there not be an anvil right by them? That's so dumb. Why? Can I use this as like an anvil? Probably not. Well, I guess I don't need that for the goggles. Okay, so she took her goggles off. Oh, look at her. To see her face, she's like, oh, the light is so bright. Now she's got those big green goggles. That's cool. Alright, so now let's start building the bronze framework. Okay, I guess I don't need an anvil for that either. So we'll build a few. I don't have enough wool cloth to really build it at all. But we'll also spend some time leveling this.
Excellent. You have proven yourself worthy.
You can't teach
now
me
for the next
anyway.
phase of your instruction.
Okay, so we can at least get 4 more, but what we're being held back by right now is our wool cloth. That's okay. Alright, so that's pretty sweet. And how much total did we need? 15. Probably we're going to turn them into sheep, I would imagine. That's my guess. With the heavy blasting powder, yeah, so we'll be making explosive sheep, right? So that's why we wanted 15 of each. but we need a ton of wool, so we got to just keep. And then we will need this whatever screwdriver thingy. All right, can I sell anything to get off of my hands here?
Don't tell anyone else I said this, but even I don't know everything. If you want to keep learning,
Gotta
you should
play
talk
with
to the
that
owner
still.
of the shop, Spring Spindle Fizzle Gear.
Spider cake, I guess. Okay, we'll sell the Eye of Pallas. It sells for freaking nothing. You stupid jerk. We do have that incendicite ore we need to turn into. Now, what about spider silk? Do we need that for engineering? I could have put that on the auction house, honestly, but let's find out. Spider silk, wow. And then I think we can turn in the incendicite. So reagent for nothing that we need. So we can sell that. And then we'll look up lesser moonstone also. I've probably done it on this show so many times that you guys could probably answer it for me. But it's hard to remember every single thing you need. Blacksmithing needs it's all blacksmithing. It is a very popular blacksmithing one, so I can sell that too. I have plenty of silk. I'm going to sell this one meat. I'm going to turn this coarse stone into a coarse blasting powder. Just to get that out of my bag space. Yeah, we'll put that there. The gold power core I probably could have saved. Yeah, I can put some of this stuff back in my bank.
Seeing you.
So I guess we'll do that. Well, no, we're not. Yeah, this is a completely unorganized bag. I'm just not having it. Whatever. All right. And she's just carrying so much engineering stuff around. Where was that incendicite ore needed? Okay, so I guess we'll go turn that in. I forgot that we had this too, so we'll go turn this in, and then we'll hearth back. Yeah, so that's pretty good. We have with the fall of, yeah, so those are all good. We finished those little quest lines. And then really we just had housekeeping, which just kind of slowed us down a little bit. I was a little bit worried that we wouldn't be able to tack it all in one episode anyway, because, what is this? Oh, that's for when we do No Regun. Because, if you look, it took us a chunk to get the ghost part done, and then I don't know how long that's going to be. And the James Hydril part now, once that popped up, then that's just one more little thing to do. So we'll finish that at least, and then that will leave us. We're at least going to walk it over and turn it in to the Dustwallow area. We're not going to do her Mage Quest Journey to the Marsh. I have done my Mage spreadsheet, so that's a 30. I'll pull it up and give you guys a sneak peek of what that spreadsheet's, what they look like. They're still in their most nascent form. There's still a lot of work to be done on them, and primarily one of the things that right now the way I'm making them is a strictly like hierarchical by level, but then what I'm going to do is, as I'm playing them in real time, either with ourselves or with my wife or with myself as I go through, I'm going to kind of chunk like a guide that flows. So I'll kind of show you what I mean, because we can walk a couple steps. So this is a kind of sneak peek. I don't want to get too much of a deep dive into these sheets that I'm doing, but if you look at the class quests here, so mages at 30, they open up this Journey to the Marsh line, but as you can see, they're actually 30, and that will lead, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 step quest that leads us to getting that one, but it looks like it's a level 38 chain. So probably a little bit out of her depth, because at 38 she can't do a lot with it. And I just did some things with my Warlock, and I think he's 36, and it was very hard to do that a similarly leveled chain for the Warlock. I think his was maybe rapid coming in at level 40, but it was still just very hard. Alright, she probably could have saved this to turn in, but it's technically part of the wetlands, sort of. And we're going to get like nothing for it, so we might as well get it out of the way.
Here there. Where is that ore, Maleficent?
You got the ore! Well done, adventurer! I'll get someone to work with this right away. Hope he doesn't blow himself up.
Yeah, so it's not... It's a cloth that strengthens stamina.
Get her back.
That's such a weird, like, set of things. Why would a cloth wearer... What cloth build wants strength and stamina? Sure, they all want. Stamina's good for everybody. But strength, you would have to... I mean, it gives you your armor a little bit, but why not just give it armor? So here's the James Hygel kind of part... Hyle. I keep saying Hygel. James Hyle part 2. So you could have skipped the breadcrumb that led to James Hyle and just picked it up here, and you could skip this one. Just start right in Dustwallow. But we're going to do them all for this.
I've heard it said that Deneb Walker, holder of Stromgard, has a book that is sure to help improve your first aid technique.
Stromgard. Yep, so we've got to go there in Arathi. Where is the dude?
Hey there.
Shady dealer. You can buy that. Where was it? These gloves. I don't need those. Oh, I have to put that in my bag.
See you later.
Alright, so do... Where is he? Oh, there he is. I didn't see him.
James? Oh, he left quite some time ago. Felt the second wind of patriotism, I suppose. Not hard to see why he would. With all the insanity in Lordaeron, many people joined up with Jaina Proudmoore when she went across the sea. My brother James went with Lady Proudmoore across the sea. Last I heard, the fighting had settled down over there, and James was setting up an inn somewhere on the continent. Wherever he is, I'm sure he's doing good business. Damn fine cook he was. I haven't heard from him for a while now. Too busy with his inn, I'd wager. But the clerk in Theramore could probably point you to him.
Alright, so all this really is an extended breadcrumb. Now, it is a breadcrumb that's leading us to a specific quest line. But it's not... None of it's necessary. It is really just a way to get you from Stormwind to Dustwallow. Now, I don't know if Millie... She's not the one that's going to be doing Dustwallow for us. When she finishes Wetlands, yeah, her next journey, for whatever reason, there's just no freaking rhyme or reason to the zones I picked. I have no idea why I did my... I just don't even know what I was freaking smoking when I picked some of these.
You can find passage to Theramore from this dock.
It'll
heed my words.
poke
those
up right
lands
here.
are rarely
I don't know what I was
safe for
thinking.
people of the
Like,
Alliance.
I do Eretor, so when he starts off, okay, he's in Elwyn, then he goes to Westfall. I can see that. Okay, then back to Redwood. Sounds great. Then Duskwood. This is all good. Then why do I have him jump to Thousand Needles? I have no idea. Now, what he should be doing is he should be going to Stranglethorn Vale North. That would be the nice progression. Maybe I need to alter that. And then... Because I have him doing Thousand Needles, then Alterac Mountains, then Dustwallow, then Tanaris, then Ajara, then the Playlands. Like, why? And Varrock, okay, he goes down to Thousand Needles, that all makes sense. But then he jumps to the Alterac Mountains. Why? Then the Swamp of Sorrows. Okay, that's fine. Then Tanaris, well, he did Thousand Needles, so that's fine. Then Ajara, that's fine. And then Winter Spring is how he finishes it out. Like, I just... Okay, fine. Isn't it so bad except for the stint he's going to do in Alterac Mountains, which is our next set. I guess I only have 9 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, he has Eastern and Western Plaguelands. So Eretor has 7 left, which is weird. Whereas Varrock only has 5 left. That's weird also. That's also part of his pain. He needs a zone mixed in there. I thought we'd have 6 total. I mean, 10 total. But he has only 5. So he really needs a secondary zone. So I need to add... I'm glad I'm looking at this. He needs something after we do these dungeons. Now, Nessingwary, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got a regular amount. But Erator has 11. He's got an extra. So I could cut one out for him. Yeah. Like, he could maybe... I have a lot of people doing Ajara, I think. Maybe he cuts out Ajara. Actually, I don't. He's the only one doing Ajara. Whatever. He's one of my endgame people, so I don't mind it quite as much. Talanji, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, she is 10 because I have her technically going into Silithus, but that might not last. Millie, she's got 10, but then I have possibly an 11th because she's maybe a Silithus person too. Yeah, once I start hitting 60s on some of these people, they're going to retire. Wherever they're at, especially if they're sharing a zone with somebody else. As they hit 60, we're retiring them, and we're just going to keep them open as an option to do some certain class quests. Because a lot of them do have class quests, but there's majority. If we pop back over to the spreadsheet and we look at these class quests again. So if you look like druids, they have a set of quests that takes them up to 16, which is aquatic form. Then they have one mini chain, which is just a random quest chain in Ungoro at 52. Then it's all 60s. If you notice, most class quests are 60. Look at hunter quests. They're dumb. You get your pet quests at 10, then that's it. You have one tiny little thing at 52, which is like Hinterlands or something, to get maybe some kind of bow. And then only end gear. So hunters do not really have many class quests. Mages, it seems like the casters have the most. Mages have different ones giving them different high-powered pieces of gear. And it's spread throughout. Paladins, it looks like they have a ton. All of their quest chains are super long. So to get the hammer and to get their Tome of Divinity, I don't even remember what that does. It's some kind of healing thing or something like that. Those two last a really long time. But then it's very quickly after that hammer, there's really not much else. There's one or two small little quests before you get into the end. Priests, it looks like there's very few. There's actually a ton. But it's that they're also diverse. Every race has its own flavor. But really, you get a couple spell quests, and then that's it. You get all the end game. So priests are actually very small. Rogues get a ton, but it's because their path to the same stuff is so different and can be repeated. So, like, to get your Cunning Blade, you could do that with every race. There's a separate quest line that's totally different with the same flavor for every race, so it makes it seem like they have so many. But once you get to about level 20, they're really done once you've learned, how to do pickpocketing, and once they send you to Ravenholt, they kind of killed that off. And then I started doing Shaman. Shaman have a lot too, but that's because there's a chain to get. It's like the designers got lazy, honestly, as the game went on. Because they have these ambitious class-specific quests. And maybe they saw the data. Maybe they're like, it's just the amount of work that we put into these is as much as labor-intensive as we would do for any quest line. But only 10% of our players see it.
James Heil. Why does that name sound so familiar? Of course, the Shady Rest Inn incident. If you have any information about what happened there, I would urge you to speak with Captain Vimes about it. He's handling the investigation.
Alright, so that is literally nothing. It was just a breadcrumb here, and they're like, hey, story-wise, you should go talk to this other guy, but we have no quest to do that, and you could have skipped all of that and just gone right to the investigation. So whoever does Dustwallow will do the investigation piece. We don't need the James Heil piece. Alright, so now we're going to hop back on the boat and go over, and when we get back to Wetlands, that's where we will log for the day. I could pick up a flight path while I'm here too, but I don't know. Actually, I might have already got this. Okay. Now, we do have our mage quest there, but first, the mobs are in the 40s, so it's not, it would be a death run to even get there, and then who knows what she would do, but...
Where would you like to fly to?
Nowhere. I can't. The way that you connect this is you'd have to go up to Ratchet, but you can swim up the coast to Ratchet from here. Get the flight path that way and kind of build on there. Then what you have to do is make your way up into Ashenvale and over, and then you have to get this flight path right here in Ajara to connect. Then you could come back, and this is how you connect the path to Darnassus. So in chat just now, where they were like, I wonder how people got to Darnassus without the first person getting it.
I do so enjoy sitting out here, listening to the sounds of the great sea.
And I did do it.
What?
We're gonna do it when we make
ship that will take you to Menethil Harbor.
Our Burning Crusade. You're gonna see me. Now I don't know. There are some boats that lead from the Alliance side that lead from the Exodar, outside of the Exodar, over to, maybe it's here, maybe it's Darnassus, or it might be Stormwind. Because I'm going to have to re-add some things to my spreadsheet when I add the Burning Crusade zones in. But I really think, so if I want to, for that run, to keep things fresh, I would like to do that as much as possible. For both myself and for you guys. So with Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, there were two new professions. There was Inscription, added in Wrath, and there was Jewel Crafting. So I could make those my two professions, so that you guys get to see, because our characters will flow all the way through Wrath. When you look at the overall grand scheme of things, you're really talking about 2 to 3 short quest lines that we will miss out, because all the level 60 quest lines, it's not lore. It's really not. You could do it on one character. I'm actually on the fence about whether or not we're going to do them on this show, because, like, for instance, if you look, they all have a quest line called Paragons of Power, and then they all have 6 or 7 quests, 8 quests, depends on the class, that are just basically your raid level gear. That's everyone's thing. Now, they all have different names, but the concept is the same. They almost all start with this, way back in around 50, those two don't have it, but an earnest proposition. Right around 58. So they all have an earnest proposition. These two might have it, and I just might have missed it because they're not technically tabbed as a class-specific quest. But if you look at that, if you chop out from earnest proposition on, for mages, sure, we have these quest lines, which we're going to do on this show. So then you're really thinking, how many Burning Crusade specific class specific quest lines are we going to have? My guess is not a lot. So let's just say like Burning Crusade, because they would have to be like above level 60. Mage quests, Burning Crusade Classic. Let's just take a peek. This is the first time I'm even looking at this. So, of course, getting the Conjure Water, but that we can get in Classic. Mage's Wand. That is something we get early gear. Sunken Temple. Polymorph Pig. Which that might even be here too. So if that's the case, it looks like there are like no additional mage quests. So we'll look at, maybe in Wrath Classic there is. So it looks like they were kind of getting away from that. And that's what I get the sense. It looks like they start, and then they start thinking about the time and effort. Because if you think about the reward, while it is part of what makes Classic so cool is that these mages, but if you think about it from a labor perspective, I get it. You're doing so much work and quest design, the exact same amount you would do for any other quest, to make these world-spanning quests that a lot of players maybe don't even complete because they're so much more time intensive for the most part than your other stuff. The only reason why you complete them is because a lot of them become essential for your class. But like if you look at the warlock ones, the warlock robe ones, yes, those robes are fire. But like the orb that you get or the staff that you get, unless you're going out and getting it at the second that it's available, it's not worth it. All right, so we're going to get in here and pop into the inn. We've gone over, but all we have left is this little quick quest line and then dropping this off and then doing these. So the next episode, it's a full episode's worth of content, so that will extend us a pinch. But it was worth it for us to kind of see the life of the mage, especially I feel less bad when I devote time to Millie for this because her and Erator are going to be part of our 4 champions. They'll be our 2 alliance champions that we end up doing raid endgame stuff with. So we really want to spend as much time as possible, and I want to transition you guys into the full experience when we make when we start Wrath Classic and we start from scratch again. There will be no off-camera work. Every little part of the journey will be chronicled, and it's not going to be as bad. It won't feel bad because we're going to have 2 characters that we really focus on. We will end up doing the Wrath of the Lich King. We will make some DKs and go through their starting storyline, but I don't know how long we'll stay with that. That's something for another day. All right, so we have another episode in the pipe, 5x5, and I appreciate all of you guys for watching and tuning in, and I'll see you next time on Lore of Warcraft.